On this episode of Average American Hunter, I bring you all into the stand for consecutive October sits before reviewing the very product I tried out for the first time last fall. Then, we take a look at what Redbeard is whipping up in a segment of Cooking with Kyle. Stay tuned and find out if the boys can get their first archery deer on the ground for 2018.
The rut is in, guys.
Man. Oh my God, dude.
He's got a lot of mass.
As evident in the first 3 episodes, the boys are having a tough time putting the first archery deer on the ground. Kyle put a non-fatal hit on a firm 4-pointer before blowing an opportunity at a young 8. And Ryan sat at the same stand Hunter saw unusual deer activity in, and after failing to review his footage, took a shot on a moving deer with his crossbow. With 3 shots and 0 dead deer to show for it, the team moves into week 2, anxious to film the first archery deer of 2018.
Ryan Odenbrand checking in, and it is October 15th, nearly 6 p.m., and I just crawled up into this stand that I almost had an opportunity to shoot a bear at the other day. He was on my left side, my camera is over here on my right. He came over to the left, and this is the area where my father shot his bear earlier, and I kind of made an agreement with the landowner and the guy that leases this land for farming it. I told him that I was gonna do my best to take another bear out of here, so about once a week I try to come out here and shoot a bear. I could shoot a bear about from anywhere out here, but I know they're really working this corn right here behind me, as you can see. So, anyway, we're going to try to get it done here this afternoon. It's about probably 70 degrees. It warmed back up, unfortunately, but I think that'll be good for these bears. They tend to like it when it's warm. So, anyway, we're going to see what we can do. Yesterday, it's about 55 degrees. Yeah, the barometer's good. It's about 30. The barometer's at like a 30.05. So, anyway, I'm hoping we can get it done today. I'm out here in the spot y'all saw me on the first hunt of the year for me. So, I'm hoping I can get after one and get one on the ground. Where I'm at right now, there's a lot of white oaks in here, so because they come in here after these acorns and they like to cross out into this pasture around nighttime. Got a neighbor relatively close over here, so we'll see what happens. Real quick, because I think I got a storm rolling in here in about 10 minutes, and my pack is still setting up by my tree stand with an expensive camera in it. Anyway, here's my first crossbow kill. I hope you guys can see me. I kind of got the camera angle down, almost in a weird way, but I'll try to drag it out to the truck, and I gotta get this thing worked up and out of here as fast as possible, so I'm sorry it came out right there at dark. I tried to run the Tacticam footage of it. I'd already started putting my camera away. Stay tuned. I'm gonna drag this thing out now.
Maybe this is where some people would call me crazy, but I always feel disappointed taking these hunts in and all these moments. I was granted several beautiful evenings in a row, and although I was immensely grateful for the opportunity to take a doe, I was disappointed in the quality of footage generated from the hunt. I was upset with the brevity of the post-shot footage as 2 inches of rain poured on me and my equipment on the walk back to the truck. But all in all, I was determined to film the perfect hunt in 2018, even if it drove me crazy. "2018 was the first year I used a crossbow. I bought one to lend to my ex-girlfriend's brother, Dak, who you'll see later in Season 1. I am a bit of a brand whore, but only with the products I stand behind. But let's be real, like many of you, I have a budget to live on. So I bargain shop like my nuts depend on it. For instance, my actual bow setup is a 2016 Matthew Z3 with Trophy Ridge V5 sights, a Trophy Taker Smackdown rest, and a Tacticam 3.0 bow package as the stabilizer. But for non-filming purposes, I use a Trophy Ridge 6-inch static stabilizer. I switched to a wooden grip with my name on it as I am nostalgic for my 2009 Matthew Switchback XT, and the focus grip was too narrow for me to shoot effectively. All of this is to say, my actual hunting setup cost me around $1,000 brand new, which is quite a bit cheaper than the flagship bow with top-of-the-line / name brand sights, stabilizer, rest, string, silencer, wrist sling, etc. Point being, I'm not going to spend top dollar for a product that wouldn't be used with much regularity anyway. So I decided to go with the Carbon Express blade. The bow has a 165-pound pull, rattles off bolts at 320 feet per second, of which 3 20-inch Carbon Express pile drivers are sent to you. It also comes with a 3-bolt perpendicular mounting detachable quiver, a 4x32mm scope with scope covers, cocking rope, adjustable stock and forend. You have to assemble the bow straight out of the box, which only takes the installation of around 8 bolts. And bow! You are ready to hunt. The other cool features include ambidextrous safety, anti-dry fire technology, which all crossbows seem to have nowadays, and best of all, a massive stirrup that gives plenty of room for hunting boots. You also get a complimentary tube of rail lube. All in all, I paid $270 for this bow, and I could not be more impressed with it. This crossbow is affordable and reliable. I took it to the woods around 15 times in the fall of 2018 and only had one problem with it, as the bolt retention spring loosened and allowed too much space for the bolts, resulting in broken knocks on my hunting and decocking bolts. And, well, I won't spill any spoilers. In short, and to my point, You don't always have to buy the best to be the best. And this is the best $270 I ever spent. So my best to you.
All right. So today we are going to be doing a memorable dish. One of my favorite dishes growing up. My dad was always the cook, and my mom really wasn't. But there was one dish that she made and nobody else could touch. And that dish was beef stroganoff. Now, I've kind of adapted that dish a little bit, obviously, for wild game reasons. We're going to be using venison, and there's a couple other choices that I choose to use besides like sour cream and stuff like that. But starting out, if you haven't already done so, I did this beforehand. Create little chunks with your deer meat, and I'm putting mine in a crock pot. Okay, so on top of that, I'm going to put some butter and then cream of mushroom that we have. I'm going to put that up in there, and I'm letting it sit on high. All right, so I got my can of cream of mushroom, and I've got about half a stick of butter in there. Here, I got some mushrooms. I'll put those mushrooms in later. Can't have enough mushrooms. All right, so the next thing is to boil my pasta. Some of this vegan bonaccia, spinach fettuccine. It's actually pretty good. And then I have some of these twists with chickpeas. Just gonna use up this pasta. I'm gonna mix both of them together. All right, so while this is cooking up, I'm gonna toss in some Greek yogurt. I'm gonna put a couple dollops in there. Look at that. You want some Greek yogurt? I'm gonna get some over there. Stir that around a bit. This still got a ways to go. All right, and so after you cook your pasta, and your meat is tender enough after you cooked it for several hours, then put your pasta in your bowl, you top it with your gravy and your meat, and you're good to go. Let me see if it's as good as Mom's. Not as good as Mom's, but pretty damn good. Probably cook the meat a little bit longer next time. But other than that, it's got really good flavor, and it's fairly simple. So I hope you guys enjoy.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We release a new episode every Monday, and I promise we get better as the season advances. Visit our website at averageamericanhunter.com to read some of our blogs, and send us an email if you want to buy one of our shirts. Also, take a listen at Kyle running the Average American Hunter podcast at iPodcast, Google Play, TuneIn, Stitcher, or Spotify. Until then, stay tuned and embrace the chase.